I love Gattaca. That is one of possibly my favourite sci-fi film ever, I think.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, so obviously you're reuniting. I think it's been 10 years since Lord of War. So how did Andrew approach you with Good Kill?
Gattaca was an important experience in my life. It was one of the first big movies that I was the lead actor in, and it was a really exciting film to be a part of from a design point of view, from an acting point of view. I love that film. So we've been friends since then, and we went to Africa together to make Lord of War. He has an unbelievable ability to write about socio-political things from a humanist point of view. You know, whether it's Truman Show, writing about, you know, the feeling of authenticity and what's fake and what's real in our environment. He called me up and he said that he'd been really, that there's obsessed with what the drones mean. You know, because one of the things that always stops wars is body bags coming home and the expense of a war. And what drones do, that they're extremely efficient at killing. It's really cost effective, and body bags don't come home. The body bags stay there, you know. And so the fear is, in its absolute effectiveness, is it could create a perpetual war. You know, it's a very interesting moral dilemma when you don't have to see, you don't have to see, touch, or feel anybody who ever met the people you're killing. You know, it used to be you have to go to their country and blow up their house, and now you can do it from home. It's an unbelievable tool, and in which ways it's destructive, which is the makings for great sci-fi, right? I mean, it's what it feels like. It's what I think makes Andrew the perfect director for it, is it's a contemporary issue that almost feels science fiction.
Yeah, and I think the drone program, slowly the public is becoming more aware of it. I think this is one of the very first sort of mainstream films to tackle it. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's going to become more sort of commonplace in culture as people?
Well, it just has to be talked about as it becomes more and more prevalent in military action. You know, we need to know what we're asking our young men and women to do. You know, we need to know what it is that they're doing and what we're spending our money on.
So moving on to another director who you've obviously worked with a lot was Richard Linklater.
Mm-hmm.
And when did you first meet?
So it was shortly after Slacker had come out, and I was a big Slacker fan. And Rick came to see a play we did because he wanted to see this other actor who he's friends with. Anthony Rapp is his name. And we just got along like gangbusters. And he started telling me about the idea of Before Sunrise. And so then when he had the script done, he called me up, and I thought he was offering me the part, but he was actually asking me to audition, which I didn't totally understand.
You've gone back to Jesse now twice after.
Twice after.
Yeah, we've gone back, and then obviously you're also playing the dad, who I don't think actually was ever named in Boyhood, right?
Mason Senior.
Dad. Mason Senior, of course. And so you had two characters who you were returning to over a period of many years. It's such a sort of unique thing. What was that like, having both those guys kind of in your life?
The way that Rick works is so conducive to actors. You know, I mean, he really let me help him create that character, you know, and so I got to put a lot of my own life and my own kind of, you know, I was a child of divorce and I've been a parent through it too, and it was a wonderful feeling to get to be a part of a story that helps to normalize that. It's a great feeling you have when you grow up. Everybody tells you you're from a broken home or a failed marriage, or you know, there's all these words around it that make you feel like something's wrong with you or something. When in fact it's a very normal situation to be in. It's at least as normal as any other. I enjoyed thinking about that over the years. It's probably the most important, you know, the closest movie to my heart in that way.